Alright guys, so welcome to another video, and this will be my last video of 2017. So I'm not sure if I'm going to upload this before the end of 2017 or if I'm going to upload it on the first day of 2018. I'm not sure yet, but I really want to get it done today before the end of the year. Hopefully I'll get time to upload it tonight. But since I won't be making another video, I want to wish each and every one of you guys a happy new year when it comes. I hope you all have a great night. Hope you have plenty of alcohol tonight to celebrate the new year. So yeah guys, let's get on to the games I have recently completed. And this video is a lie. There's nothing recently about most of these games. These games have been sitting around for ages that I've completed probably since September and October time. Yeah, that long ago. There was a game I actually played for on Halloween, over the course of October, and completed it near Halloween time. So yeah guys, we'll get on to the game. So basically everything here apart from PS1. PS1, I've not really been playing the PS1 too much this year at all. I think I played it completed a couple of games early on in the year, but apart from that, not really completed many PS1 games. So yeah, poor PS1. I consider the PS1 my favourite console of all time, yet I've not been playing many games on it this year at all. So yeah, poor PS1. So anyway guys, we'll start off with the PS4 games, and these two games are from the same series. And the first one, which I'm going to stick right back on eBay, was Resident Evil Revelations 2. So yeah, to be honest, I don't really want to go into the whole story, because I have mentioned this game quite a few times in the past. I've even made a whole video of it called Resident Evil Revelations 2 Sucks, which I made about probably almost 3 years ago now. Yeah, probably about 3 years ago. When I first picked this up, I couldn't get into it at all. I ended up selling it on, and obviously I made the rant about it. Picked it up again a couple of months ago, and I finally played through it now. This game it's just not enjoyable, guys. I do kinda appreciate they've kinda I would say they've there's a lack of ammo and stuff, a lack of herbs. It feels kinda more survival horror like. But there's just nothing fun about the game, the shooting and that, it just doesn't feel satisfying. You find yourself constantly running out of bullets, and like I say, it's just not fun. The enemy designs, they're alright, but there's nothing, in my opinion, nothing special. The enemies in Revelations 1 were kind of based on marine life. It was infected, squid kind of things, and that actually, I kind of like the designs in in Revelations 1. But I don't know, there's just nothing really enjoyable with this one. I like how they brought Barry back. Barry's awesome, my favourite character in this game. Claire Redfield's my favourite Resident Evil character of all time, but her character in this is, it's alright, but I just think there's something lacking. She always had a character in Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil, Code Veronica. Loved her character. In this, obviously she's got a different voice actor, and her characters, I don't know, it just doesn't feel the same. But yeah, Barry's good. I like Barry in this. Barry's cool in my opinion. But yeah, like I say, I'm going to sell this on. Not going to go back to this game. I'd rather play Revelations 1. I'd rather play Resident Evil 5, Resident Evil 6. It's just, for me, it's just not that enjoyable at all. It's meh. Don't like it. And there's a part near the end of that game, was a crane puzzle. Oh, that did my head in. Did my head in, seriously guys, it was horrible. And a game that really surprised me. I really got into this, and overall I enjoyed this a hell of a lot more than I thought. It doesn't feel like the game it's supposed to be, but I do like it. If this was called something different, I would probably appreciate it even more. And it is a Resident Evil Biohazard, Resident Evil 7. I'm just going to go out there and say it. This game's flipping scary, guys. This game's really bloody scary. And like I say, I don't say that about many games. Not many games really, make me scared, because I think I've kind of obviously developed a bit of a tolerance to them, since I've been playing them for so bloody long. But yeah, this game was proper creepy. You didn't really know what was around each corner. It was so dark. It was so atmospheric. The fact that you're really lacking on health and ammo and stuff just made it really bloody intense. And but yeah, this game was a hell of a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I loved how you're getting stalked by the Baker family, especially Jack Baker, that guy right there. He's such a good character. You know, his dialogue's so bloody awesome. Welcome to the family, son. He's just so bloody funny. Really bloody good character. A villain that you end up really bloody liking because he's just so blooming, entertaining. You know, as for the other one, like, I think it's Lucas and Margaret, I think her name is, or Margarita Pizza. Margarita. I don't know, something like that. Into an M anyway. She was alright. She like summoned like bugs and things. She was kind of creepy. But yeah, in my opinion, Jack was the star of the game. In my opinion. I don't want to spoil it obviously for anybody, but I didn't really like the last half of the game. Just gonna say right now, the bit in the ship. I wasn't really a big fan of that. It kind of dragged the game down just a little bit. It felt a little bit more action paced, and it kind of lost the whole survival horror element to it. But yeah, overall guys, Resident Evil 7, really enjoyed it. It doesn't feel like Resident Evil. You know, like the character you play as, I didn't like feel connected to the character. I didn't like feel like he had any like emotions. You know, I just felt like he was kind of stale. You know, if they'd like made like Chris or something like the main character, that would have been bloody awesome. You know, bring in the charismatic and boulder punching Chris Redfield. You know, that would have been interesting. Or have, I don't know, Claire as the main character, or Leon or somebody. But nah, it's just some random like guy. I don't even know his name. That's how bad like the main character was. It just didn't. For me, it wasn't interesting. And Mia, again, she wasn't that interesting either. So yeah, I'm just gonna go out and say, guys, this game really surprised me. A game I'm keeping in the collection. They're releasing basically a version like the Gold Edition once you get the DLC on it. But I don't know. I'll probably just keep this. I'm not really too fussed about the DLC. I think it's like 30-40 minute long, DLC and stuff. I'm not too bored. I mean, to me they look a bit more action paced, so I'm not that fussy about it. But yeah, Resident Evil 7, or Resident Evil Biohazard, really bloody good game. I'd probably still prefer Resident Evil 5 and 6, to be honest, but it did a good effort, it was a great effort, and really bloody enjoyable and creepy game, If you want a creepy game rather than an action-packed game, play that game rather than like Resident Evil 5 or Resident Evil 6. Because you'll definitely get some scares. Even like, I can imagine playing that in VR. That must be amazing in VR. I'd love to try that in VR. Proper creepy. But I'm not paying £400 for a bloody VR. So next game, guys, is the next two games will be PS3 games. Now this one really surprised me. This game is seriously underrated. This is a hidden gem. Now a lot of people were on about Vanquish. They said Vanquish was a hidden gem. I played through it. I thought it was a decent game, but I didn't really see like how it got so much praise. But this game, people said it was a hidden gem as well. So I was kind of went into it. Is it going to be like Vanquish, where people say it's a hidden gem, but I end up thinking it's just okay at best? But no, this game gripped me. This game gripped me from start to finish. The gameplay's, well, I'll just tell you what it is first of all. It's Binary Domain. A game about mechs. Or scrap heads, as they're often referred to. So yeah, basically what this game's about is, like some people are actual robots and they don't even know themselves that they're robots. So it's kind of like really interesting. You're kind of like who's a robot and who's not. It kind of makes you think. But the thing that really got me in this, guys, was the characters. The characters are so likeable. Really bloody good characters. And great voice acting. Great dialogue. Like humorous dialogue as well between characters. For me, the characters just developed real well as the game went on. I just ended up really enjoying the characters and story. The story was amazing as well. As for gameplay, it's alright. It does its job. Shooting robots, you can blow off their limbs and stuff, or aim for their heads, that kind of thing. So you could really take out whatever parts of the robots you wanted. So for me, it worked, the gameplay. But like I say, the thing for me was the characters and story. Real likeable characters. And like I say, it's one of the things that just really gripped me about this game. If it was kind of lacking in characters and story, it's probably like an average game. But the fact that it had great characters and great story really elevated the game in my opinion. This game was absolutely amazing. I'd happily give this game like an 8 out of 10. It was that blooming good. And I also like the variety of characters. There's people from different countries. There's obviously the guy you play as is American. You've got 2 people from England, with like London accents. You've got a French robot, which in my opinion is probably one of my favourite characters. Really entertaining guy. You've got a Chinese girl, who is also one of my favourite characters in the game. Really likeable character. She starts off as kind of like sour-faced and moody, but again develops really well. Kind of like Lightning, in like Final Fantasy 13, how she starts off really moody and dull, and she develops as the game goes on. Kind of like that for character development. You've got Big Bo, another American guy who kind of reminds me of a guy out of Gears of War. A big strong guy with like metal armor on. That's probably my favourite character. There's a Japanese guy, I think Akira, I think his name is. Again, likeable characters. Well, everybody in the squad's likeable in a way. I just can't remember a couple of their names, but like I say, the main character for me is the guy you play as, Dan, Faye, the robot Kane, and Big Bo, the Gears of War looking guy. But yeah, guys, that's really all I can say about Binary Domain. I don't really want to go into it too much because, like I say, it's one of those games you want to play through for the story. You don't really want to know too much about what happens as the game goes on. So yeah, guys, if you can see this for like a couple of £, I'm sure you can get this for like £3 or £4. Definitely give it a try. My opinion, really good. Especially if you like stories and characters, you should like that game. Excellent stuff. Oh, I forgot to play through this one. Oh, the memories, the bad memories, guys, are coming back. I played through Yaiba Ninja Gaiden Z. Probably one of the worst games I've played this year. This game was horrible. It really bloody was. So yeah, as for Ninja Gaiden, I've only played one game, and that was, I think, Sigma 2, I think it was. And that was a really bloody good game. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, this is kind of... It doesn't really feel too much like Ninja Gaiden. It's obviously more cartoony. It's kind of a spin-off to the Ninja Gaiden series. And to be honest, it started off pretty decently. It was, a bit repetitive, but I thought, I can work with this. This could be pretty decent. I heard it's a really short game. The music's good. It's kind of like, electronic, dubstep kind of stuff. Story and characters, meh. Not really good at all. Enemy designs are really good. I'll give them that. They start introducing like these enemies that are really strong, and you think, oh, it's a boss. Cool, can boss, But then they start adding them as normal enemies, and it's just like, this game gets really tough. I'm not gonna lie, this game was brutal. And the final boss of this game, holy crap. He was blooming brutal. He just felt so bloody lame. He starts like throwing so many enemies at you, and like the fight's long. It's not like you can beat him in a couple of minutes. I think it's like a 5-6 minute fight, and doing that over and over again, it's just so blooming frustrating. I'm not joking, guys. I think I played this one night for about 2.5 hours trying to beat that boss, and I think I played it again the day after, and I beat him like my second attempt. So. It was just so bloody lame. 2.5 hours wasted trying to beat that boss, only to play it again the next day and beat it in my second attempt. This game is garbage, guys. This game, don't touch it. This game's horrible. I'm gonna put this back on eBay. Well, I don't think I got it on eBay. I got it at a shop, I think, like years ago. But yeah, I'm putting this on eBay. This game is garbage. I'm never wanting to put myself through this frustrating experience again. Yeah, can't say any more about it, guys. It's not good. If you want a frustrating game, by all means give it a shot. If you like me, you don't like frustrating games, give that one a pass. Horrible. Next we'll go on to a single Xbox 360 game, and this is the third Xbox 360 game I've completed. So I've not completed as many Xbox games this year as I would have liked. A whole year with the Xbox 360, and I've only played I've only completed 3 games. Not that, not that good going, to be honest. But I managed to complete Project Gotham Racing 4. After that. So what it was with this is I got into a habit of playing this every Saturday. Because, I listened to the football on a Saturday afternoon. So every time the football was on and I was listening to it, I always had this on, playing this in the background, And like I said, I played this for like every Saturday for like maybe 7 Saturdays or something. And I ended up completing the career mode. In my opinion, this is a really good racing game. I really enjoyed this one. And yeah, definitely looking forward to playing the 3rd game at some point. And picking that up, because I'm guessing that's going to be like £1 or maybe £2, at most. I think this was £1, when I got it I think it was near the beginning of the year. But yeah, like I say, this was a really good game. Really enjoyed this one. I had a lot of. I feel like as the career goes on, some of the events do kind of drag on a bit, and it does take you longer to get up the rankings. Because basically your goal is to get to number 1 in the rankings. I think you start off like 150 or something, and you keep going up. At the beginning, you go up quite fast, and then it starts to slow down. And then when you get into the last 10, it just takes ages to go up in rank. So I did feel it did kind of drag on a little bit near the end, but overall, guys, still a really good racing game. It does take a little bit getting used to the controls at first. They do feel a little bit slippy. But yeah, overall, really enjoyed this one. Definitely preferred cars to like motorbikes. Oh, excuse me. My voice just went haywire. Yeah, you can ride motorbikes, but I'm not really a big fan of motorbikes, especially when you're up against cars, because you just get bumming. You end up getting knocked off your bike and stuff. So I definitely stuck to the cars. But I do like mixed racing. It does add a little bit of variety to the game. So yeah, overall, really enjoyed this one. Sadly, I think they went out of business. Bizarre Creations. They also made Blur, I think, which was another game I really enjoyed on the PS3. Blur. But yeah, this really good racing game, guys. Really enjoy it. I've also been playing, Forza Motorsport 3 throughout the whole year as well, so I'm probably still nowhere near completing that, because that's actually quite a long game. But I've not actually been playing that since I started playing that, so I need to go back to Forza. Because I was really enjoying Forza Motorsport 3. But obviously it's kind of like the equivalent of Gran Turismo. It's going to take so many hours to complete, like 100 hours or something probably, but really enjoying that as well. Okay, so we're on to the last games here, and these are all PS2 games, all 5 of them. So yeah, I went through that little bit of a phase where I was basically just playing PS2 games for a little while, and I ended up playing, completing quite a few games here. So we'll start off with this one, I guess. And I managed to play through Burnout Revenge. Yep, this is only the 3rd Burnout game I've played through. I've completed Burnout 3, I completed Burnout Paradise, and now I've completed this. Not 100% obviously, because I'm just not skilled enough. I don't have the patience enough. I don't have enough patience, sorry, to try that, because that would take so much practice and so much perfection, and I just wouldn't say I'm good enough at the game. Yeah, I thought this was an alright game. Probably not as good as Burnout 3, but I still think this was a really good game. I still feel the same way with this as I feel about all Burnout games. Although I did like Burnout 3, I do feel like these games do drag on. I mean, at the beginning I really enjoy it, but I just feel like as the game goes on, it's kinda, I don't know, I kinda lose a little bit of interest, and there's a couple of times I was close to giving up. And that's kind of like, say, the same with Burnout 3. I was kind of close to giving that up as well. But I just got to the stage where I was so far in the game, I just wanted to, finish it off. But yeah, but by all means, not a bad game. Definitely a good racing game. If you like Burnout 3, you're probably going to like this one. But yeah, just like I say, something about Burnout for me, they're good for a little while, but I just feel like they get old. But yeah, but like I say, by all means, not a bad game, in my opinion. A pretty damn good game. In my opinion. So yep, Burnout Revenge. Next one we've got is a really short one, but to be honest, quite a fun little game. I really enjoyed this one as well, and this was a Vampire Knight. So basically what this is it's basically like Time Crisis or House of the Dead, but with a vampire theme. I would actually say it's more like House of the Dead, but like I say with vampires. So yeah guys, overall this was a pretty enjoyable game. I completed this on my third attempt, I believe. I think it's like a 50-minute long arcade mode. I ended up doing it twice, failed twice, but then ended up you can buy like extra lives, extra firepower. So I did that and I ended up playing through it on my third attempt. To be honest, my mind's a bit fuzzy with this one because it's been quite a while since I played through it. But what I can remember, guys, this was a really enjoyable game. Really fast-paced action, great backgrounds. Obviously, at the beginning you're in the snow and stuff. Looks really bloody cool. The bosses are fun. The enemy designs are really cool. What can I say, guys? This is a really fun game. If you like fast-paced, action games or arcade games, definitely give this one a shot. This one was a lot of fun. Definitely enjoyed that one. Next one we have is a first-person shooter, which I finally got round to playing through, and overall a pretty damn decent game. And that was Urban Chaos. So yeah, basically what the theme is of this game is you have to take down gangs and stuff, and you've got a shield, which is like a bit of a gimmick of this game. You've got a shield, and there's a lot of fire in this game. People throwing Molotovs at you. You have to go into flaming buildings and stuff. It's just a really cool looking game. If I played this back in the day, it would probably be a really nice looking PS2 game as well. But I wouldn't say it's aged too badly at all. This was a really enjoyable experience. Again, really fast paced, quite challenging, especially later in the game. There was a bit, I think you're in a train, and oh my god, that bit was so tough. You have to go back and forward, and to the front of the train and then to the back of the train when people were trying to attack the train, and oh my god, it was chaos, and it was really hectic and pretty damn tough. But like I say, overall this was a really fun game. I like at the beginning of the game it kind of introduced each level as as kind of like a news story. It was kind of like the woman reading out the news. Real woman, real actor. So that was really cool. Really liked that feature about the game, and just overall just really cool. Like I said, I love the fire. The fire gimmick of it. Going into flaming buildings, getting Molotovs thrown at you, having to use your shield to deflect explosions and flames, and really bloody cool. Enjoyable game. Like I say, tough later on in the game, but overall really cool. Pretty short though. I think it's like a 5-6 hour long game or so. You could probably complete it in 3 or 4 hours, if you know what you're doing. But yeah, short game, but fun game at that, definitely. Next we go on to a game that I got many Christmases ago as part of a bundle back when PS2 was my main console, and ended up maybe playing halfway through the game, but I always got stuck in it, and I never went back to it until a month or two ago, and that is The Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. Now, coming from somebody that's never ever watched a Lord of the Rings film, this game was a hell of a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this game. This game was a blast to play through. Really short, maybe like a 3 hour long game. I completed it in 2 settings, but overall this game was a lot of fun. I loved the music, I loved the environments, I loved the enemy design, I loved the combat. Overall it was just really cool. It's kind of inspired me a little bit to maybe watch a Lord of the Rings film. I'm probably going to enjoy it, but the only thing that puts me off watching the films is they're 3 hours long. I mean, I could watch it in 2 settings, but with movies I kind of like to try and watch it in 1 setting, or I end up forgetting some of the stuff that's happened. But yeah, this is the first Lord of the Rings game that I've played through, and in my opinion definitely a great place to start. Like I say, really short but a hell of a lot of fun. The only thing I didn't really like about it was maybe the last 2 or 3 missions you have to defend things, and to be honest, it was quite challenging. You had to defend the gate, you had to defend the wall, like by knocking ladders down and stuff. You had people with bombing explosives on the back, and it just got really hectic. But like I say, overall, apart from that, the game was, like I say, a blast to play through. Not really that difficult, I wouldn't say either. Like I say, until the last 3 missions. I'm guessing the reason why I only got halfway through this game and why I got stuck in it when I was younger was because I wasn't blocking properly, because you have to like block enemy attacks and things. I'm guessing I just went in there like, all swords swinging without like shielding and stuff. I'm guessing that was what happened, because it wasn't really that challenging. You get plenty of health items, as the levels go on, and the levels are pretty short. So yeah, I ended up playing through the game as Legolas. I think Gimli's like the only character you don't actually have to play as like at all. You think you start off the game as Aragorn, and then you play as Legolas, and then I think after that you get a choice of what character you want to play as. So I just stuck with Legolas. I thought his bow was really like overpowered, so it did the trick, so I just thought I would stick with him. So I might play through this game again as Aragorn and maybe Gimli, but we'll see. We'll definitely see, guys, because this game, like I say, it was fun, and since it was short, I wouldn't mind going back and playing through it again. So yeah, fun game. I also started Lord of the Rings: The Third Age, which is like the RPG game, and I think I'm like 10 hours into that. For me, it's alright, but I feel like the combat's like, it's like a turn-based RPG. It's really slow. When you play a lot of RPGs that are kind of like fast-paced, and then playing that, I don't know, it's kind of slow. I'm not too into it. I've not played it in like a month, so I need to get back to that and complete that in 2018. And the last game, guys, is the game that I played through and ended up finishing near Halloween, because that was the point I wanted to play through, a scary game. And this game is definitely a hidden gem. It's quite an expensive one now. I think it's like an £18 game now, so I was lucky to get this for like, I think it was like £4 or £5 I think I picked this up for. And that was Obscure. Finally got round to playing through this game. So yeah, I had a massive up and down ride this game. I liked it and then I hated it, and I liked it and then I hated it again. Up and down, up and down. The reason being was this game was quite challenging. I thought the combat was pretty damn tough. Enemies seemed to do a lot of damage to you, and I felt like you were kind of like whacking in bullets quite a lot. And I think I played this in like totally the wrong way. Because it's a two-player cooperative game, so you can basically play through the whole game co-op if you wanted to, and controlling different characters. And I ended up playing as a character, and ended up having a partner join me, a computer-controlled character. And I think the reason why I was whacking in bullets so much and whacking in health items was because I was trying to heal myself and trying to heal my partner as well. Because the thing about this game, guys, is if a character dies, they're gone. I think it's like 5 playable characters, and basically, every one of them can die. So if they die, they're gone throughout the whole, for the whole game, unless you obviously load the game again. So I ended up doing that because I felt like the game would get really tough if you were like whacking in characters. I ended up getting 1 character killed. But yeah, I ended up dying quite a lot of times, but I ended up just like loading my save file because I didn't want characters to die. I didn't want the game to get really tough, because like I said, I was whacking in everything, whacking in ammo, whacking in health items. I didn't want to be whacking in characters as well, and screw myself over. I'm not gonna lie, this game was kind of blooming creepy, guys. It reminds me of the shadow monsters from Alone in the Dark: The New Nightmare. You know how like they come out in the darkness. Basically, you have to like shine a torch on them and stuff to weaken them. Basically, you have to like shoot windows to let the light in and stuff, which is a really cool feature in my opinion. But as the game goes on, the game starts to enter like night mode, and basically everything's dark. So yeah, you're doomed basically. The game gets pretty damn tough. But later in the game, I ended up playing the game alone. I ended up leaving my partner behind. It's like a little like bit outside where it's like kind of like a safe area. I ended up leaving like my partner there with the other characters. I ended up going on alone, and to be honest, I found the game a lot easier. I think that like the AI partner wasn't really like doing a too good a job, because I was like sometimes avoiding enemies to like save ammo, and basically they would get hit because they obviously weren't very good at dodging. So I'm guessing that's why I was like really low in health, because I was healing my partner quite a lot at the time. Obviously a lot more than me. So I think that kind of screwed me over, like throughout the beginning and in the middle of the game. But yeah, like I said, at the end, took the matters into my own hands, and in my opinion had an easier time of it. So yeah, this game, overall guys, I would say in the end this game is definitely a good game. In the end, really enjoyed it. Just in my opinion, I would say definitely don't have a partner with you. I think there's a few parts in the game where you have to have a partner, basically to lift them up so they can go into like an opening or something. I think there's a few like parts like that, but overall guys, I would definitely say stick on your own if you're playing this. You'll definitely have in my opinion, an easier time. So yeah, overall, and really enjoyed this game. Had a great soundtrack. It was kind of orchestra kind of music, which really fits the mood of the game. But yeah, the enemy designs they're creepy. Especially the big monsters are really bloody creepy. Kind of like monsters out of Silent Hill in a way. But yeah, in my opinion, guys, a really good game. Would like to get the second one at some point, but again, if it's like £18 or something, I'm not really too bothered. But yeah, obscure, in my opinion, an obscure title, but overall quite a fun one. So anyways, yeah, that'll do for my games I've recently completed, or games that I've not recently completed. Like I say, completed some of these many months ago. So guys, yeah, I'll call you guys. I hope you all have a great 2018. I'm probably going to do a video quite near the beginning of the year telling you guys like what games I want to complete in 2018, have a big list again. And maybe even do the overview of games I wanted to complete in 2017. See how many of those games I actually completed. I'm not sure if any games on here were on that list. That might have been on the list. Can't remember. Yeah, I'm not really sure, guys. I don't think anything else was on the list, but I've got a funny feeling I put that on the list of games I wanted to complete in 2017, so I did that. But anyway guys, yeah, thanks for watching guys. Hope you've enjoyed this. Let me know what you think of any of these games, and I will catch you all in the next video. See you guys. Thanks for watching.